That's what I told you to do. Fuck you again.
Fuck you anyway. You and your faggot assholes.
Just confuse him again. No, you didn't. All right, so I got this page. I got this other page I wanted to do. I haven't really finished that yet. Oh, well, anyway. I had a funny story, too, about my friend. I'm going to tell it, too. I'm not going to name any names, but I have a friend who just lost all her ID.
No, really?
And the fun of getting your ID and people are not believing it, that it's fucking impossible to get your ID. And everyone thinks I'm just an idiot. And now I'm like, now you know.
Just now you know, motherfucker.
Yeah, you know. Anyhow, you know.
Yeah, now you can see how shitty life is. So fuck yourself.
Yeah, right? Yeah, okay. I guess we'll just get going. I don't know. I feel bad because I'm like sitting at Christine's house and they can't hear you. So they only get half the show. I might go for a walk if I start annoying them or something.
They get the important half. That's okay.
I won't disagree. I'm kidding. Oh yeah. I had a fucking thing with Michelle too last night.
What?
Oh, because she phoned right after the show, and you and I were texting each other, and I was like, hang on, give me 5 seconds. I just got to do this text, and she's like, I'm fine. I'll just let you go. I said, don't just give me fucking 5 fucking seconds to text.
Relax a little. What the fuck?
Then she got all shitty too. So screw you guys. No, bad night. She's weird like that though. Well, you know, fuck, not talk to me for 9 months.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. I heard one of those episodes a while ago when I was going through putting in the commercials, and I heard the one talking about, I don't know if I'm not sure if we've broken up. We haven't talked in 3 months. But we didn't actually say we were broken up.
It was never actually officially discussed. So therefore,
I think that was the one where I put on Facebook that I'd sold a song, and I'm like, I sold a song. I'm officially a songwriter. And then she called that afternoon.
Yeah.
I was like, you fuck.
It sucks when the truth like that comes right out.
Hi, I was just wondering how you're doing. Really? After 3 months? Good.
Now you want to know? Yeah.
Whatever. I don't care. Next month I'm gonna go to Portland and fuck up her house. So.
There you go.
She's gonna move in. Tell her she's not allowed to talk to her friends anymore.
Just lay down the ground rules.
You know, I the bar is set low. Like, her boyfriend before me borrowed her car and never came back. That was awesome. I'm sure there's something happens. Yeah, are you?
Yeah, I just fucked you over.
He'll come back. This is totally not like him. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I hate to tell you.
That's what exes do.
It's why they're exes.
Exes only stay friends if they want to ruin your life or get back with you. There's only 2 reasons. Okay, no, I'll just do this. I don't know. Hi there. Happy Monday. It's January 27th, 2020. I'm Eric, talking at you once again from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where, you know, things would go a lot more smoothly if you'd all just agree the first time that I tell you something that I'm right, instead of waiting and telling me a year later.
Yeah, I can't do that, though.
If you'd all just admit it the first time.
Nothing. People have to be honest.
Welcome everybody to this is going to be a very extended version of Eric and Gord What If I'm Right, because I'm going to add the 1 hour episode from last night, I'm going to add to this episode, so you guys can all hear everything, and go it on Facebook and tell me what a dick I am. We'll put that on. It was it really was. And I'm not gonna really dwell on it right now. I think enough was said, I hope.
No, you need to beg.
I'm not gonna do it on the show. Gotta say hi to Mike while Gord's laughing. I'll say hi to Mike at Pit Lane Parlay, #1 racing and IndyCar podcast. Take the pits off at Apple Podcasts and give them a star rating. And the big news, obviously, I want to say hi to Andrew and Thorskin and Queenie at CQP Moments. Listen to their podcasts. They're good. Actually, pay attention to Thorskin because they got big changes coming. It looks like it's going to be really cool. They're starting their own little network.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's like a bridging the gap, or bridging the Atlantic, U.S. and U.K. network. Seems pretty cool. Yeah. So pay attention to those guys on Podbean. And real quick, the big news on everybody's mind, Eric and Gord are back on Apple Podcasts. Officially as of I don't know when, but I checked today and we're there. I want to give a shout out to Eric Bowles for being a really good fan and setting the record straight and helping me straighten that out. That is very cool of him to do. And he's got a lot of catching up to do because he thought we ended in 2018.
Stop listening, motherfucker.
So Apple listeners, if you're an Apple fan and you're trying to find Eric and Gord, there's 2 shows there. They've got the same artwork. They're the same show, but one has 8 episodes and one has 184. So that's the one you want. Unfortunately, our 2 reviews didn't translate, so we don't have that 5-star rating on Apple anymore.
Oh.
I tried to write a review for us, and apparently that doesn't count. You can't review your own show on Apple.
No.
I thought about setting up an account and doing a bunch of fake reviews, but it's just not worth it. I'm still on the fuck Apple train. I don't care. I'm glad we're back on them, but fuck Apple. I'd prefer you guys didn't listen on Apple, but if you insist, then who am I to say you're wrong?
Well, that's exactly how I feel.
Go ahead and listen on Apple. Enjoy us wherever you enjoy us, but I'm not going to like Apple for you. Just you can like us on Apple, and Apple can go fuck themselves.
Right and raw, you pretty bastards. See, and that's not a gay thing. That's because you're called Apple.
The only reason I'm giving Tim Cook such a break is because, in my opinion, Todd Cochran has really filled that space. And Tim Cook has been demoted. Because, frankly, Tim Cook honestly has never done anything except he's the head of Apple. But personally, I've never had an issue with him. But Todd Cochran, that guy is just a big, fat, bald thorn in my side all the time. That Blueberry sucks, so.
Yeah.
Definitely don't listen to us on Blueberry.
If you are, change.
We are on Blueberry.
We are on Blueberry?
Yeah, we're listed there.
Oh.
Anyway, enough of that crap. Listen on Apple. Listen wherever you want. Go to wearerightdealwithit.com, and there's a whole bunch of links there. But if I can suggest any, listen on Spreaker.com, because then you can listen to our live episodes coming up. I think we're going to do one this week. I don't know when. We'll do something special and do a live on Spreaker where you can chat live with us on the show, or you can call in and be a part of the show. Call in and tell me to go fuck myself.
Or call in and be nice, whichever.
Or call in and be nice. That'd be kind of neat.
That'd be neat.
So, send us Apple reviews, I guess. Hey, go review us on Apple. And end the review with fuck Apple. That would be awesome. All right, let's get on to some stuff. The only funny thing that I read today that had me going all day, and it was really the only story I paid much attention to, was a plea from Saudi Arabia to Americans to not withdraw their troops from Iran, or from Iraq, I apologize, because the government of Saudi Arabia thinks that if the American troops leave Iraq, the Middle East might get dangerous.
Well,
you look over the palace wall every now and then and just see what's going on out there, buddy. Don't know if you know this, but
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, right? We're worried the Middle East might get dangerous. Well,
I hate to break this news to you, but
I don't want to be the one to have to tell you.
That ship kind of failed. Especially considering didn't some rockets just get launched at another American base
in Baghdad? Yeah,
in Baghdad. It was like what? That was yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I got the stories confused. I thought Kobe's helicopter was crashing in Baghdad. I have no idea.
Did the missile misfire and hit Kobe's helicopter? Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened. The Iranian ground-to-air missile blew Kobe out of the sky.
Oh, it's war now.
That would get people behind the war.
Yeah. I'm surprised that the American government hasn't just jumped all over that and saying it was Iran.
They should have. First thing, it was an Iranian missile. Check the fucking black box. Why's it got to be a black box, motherfucker?
Right?
To be any color box, it doesn't matter just because it's an NDA helicopter.
And I just love the fact that they're called a black box, but they're never that color. They aren't actually black. Otherwise you'd never find them.
I am super surprised that no one's ever complained about that name.
Oh, they have. Oh, that's been in and out of the media for years.
You got to change the name of the black box. Why? It's the thing that always survives and tells the truth. Wouldn't you want that on your side, dicks?
The argument always starts off with it's racist to call it a black box, but as soon as that argument starts, it's always immediately followed with, well, why don't they just make the whole plane out of the black box?
Yeah.
Because you're an idiot. Fucking moron.
It kind of makes sense, though. I mean, it's the one part of the plane that always survives. You think they could expand that technology a little bit, just make the plane out of it.
I think it has a little bit more to do with size than it does with what it's made out of. Like, it's small and compact and reinforced and square.
Well, then they should just make smaller, more compact planes.
There you go. Ship half the people, just their lower bodies.
Anybody who wants to email in, rosemcgowanisstupid@outmail.com. Outmail? That's not right. Outlook. rosemcgowanisstupid@outlook.com.
Rosa McGowan is so stupid she fucked up our own email address.
Or whogivesashitliar@gmail.com are our two emails. You can write in and yeah, when you do, don't be. What was I gonna bitch about? Something. I lost my train of thought now because I forgot. Sorry. There's the black box, the airplane. Where was I going with that? I don't care. It doesn't matter now. Wow. Okay. This is the part where I'm going to do some editing. Every year or so, roughly twice a year, maybe I actually have to edit some stuff. Although I actually have to a lot, I just don't do it.
Yeah,
but that I'll edit out. I had something there to say. I don't remember now. It doesn't matter because now you guys aren't going to hear any of this. You're just going to hear my explanation about what you didn't hear. So
just could be one of those episodes where it's like the behind the scenes thing.
It could be. No, we should do another one of those. That was funny.
Yeah, I came across that the other night. That one. Listened to part of it while I was doing it. I had a bit of a giggle.
I got offered another transcription service today, and I thought I might drop some cash on that if it's as quality as the last one.
Fucking genius.
Yeah, that was great. That was a lot of money.
I can't believe that was worth money. Like, you think that's the one that would be for free?
Yeah, no, that was
a good.
That was the good one, and then there's one that's like $300,000 more. That was 10 cents a minute.
Oh my god!
And it was just over an hour. So not a terrible amount of money, but I couldn't see paying it for every episode.
Oh god, no! It's good every once in a while for a gag.
Yeah, well, definitely for that one.
Yeah.
I'd like to find that again. All right, we gotta move on to some stuff. Send me emails. Live show coming up on 2 days from now. Maybe we do have Candace Smith scheduled for the third time. So hopefully it works out this time.
Fingers crossed. Hope it does.
This time she requested a list of questions. I've never had a guest request a list of questions, so I will send her one. I said no guarantees that those are the questions I'm going to ask during the show, but I'll send her a list of questions.
Question about what kind of gas issue to fill up her car.
Well,
what was her last dog's name?
What was your last dog's name? What was the first album you bought with your own money? I'll just ask you the questions that iTunes asks for your security questions.
Your mother's maiden name.
What's your mother's maiden name? Who's your... she's like, what topics do you guys want to talk about? I'm like, what do you think we want to talk about? She's Dr. Fucking. We want to talk about fucking.
What else is there? I want to talk about the fucking weather.
Yeah, I want her opinion of the Middle East thing. No, she fucks for a living. I want to know what this is about. Teaches people how to fuck. This is what I'm curious about. I'm sure she's intelligent and has like ideas about other stuff. I don't want to hear them. I don't care.
We'll save that for the next time we have her on.
I think she's probably listening to our episodes, and that's why she keeps rescheduling. I should be nicer.
At least you said her name this time. Didn't just refer to her just as Dr. Fox.
Well, I tried to class it up for a minute, but it didn't last.
So good.
I don't care. We're losing listeners. What happened today, Gord? I have no news in front of me, and I'm not looking. So,
like I said, I got a bunch. Okay, let's face it. Coronavirus is the biggest thing right now.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I have 3 things to bring up about this.
Yeah, I want to hear these things because the death toll still blows my mind that this is a fucking story, and it's been a story for a week, and the death toll has climbed to massive numbers. Go ahead with you fill the folks in if they haven't heard about coronavirus, as if you've heard of any other fucking thing in the last 2 days.
So, coronavirus is a grouping of a bunch of different viruses that are all respiratory style illnesses that are all put together. So coronavirus isn't, it's not a specific type of flu. It is just a generalized grouping of a bunch of different types of flus that can all fit into the same grouping. Basically, they all have the same symptoms.
Can we just call it a flooping?
You can call it a flooping. I am fine with that. I will continue to refer to it as a flooping if I can remember. When the doctors tell you, here's the thing. So when doctors say, only come if you're exhibiting the symptoms, but the symptoms are the exact same symptoms you'd have if you have a cold, a flu, SARS, or MERS. There's one other key element to all this, and that is, have you been to China?
Exactly.
So if you haven't been, or your immediate family member has not, some of you have been direct contact with, and I mean direct contact with.
Exactly.
You don't have it. You have the flu. Shut the fuck up and stay home.
2 cases have showed up in Canada. The first one was a dude. The second one magically happened to be his wife.
It's amazing. Now, here's why this is such a big deal. Okay? Since the 20th of January, which is when they officially started confirming the cases. Okay?
So exactly 1 week ago.
So exactly 1 week, it's gone from roughly around 300 cases to just under 3,000 cases. So this is very high. It's very quickly. It's got a 24-hour incubation period.
Right.
24 hours. That's it. So it's a very short incubation period. You are extremely, from the moment you get it, you are contagious.
Again, it's the flu.
But even most flus, you aren't contagious before as soon as you start showing symptoms, that's when you become contagious. This is not. You become contagious within hours of contracting the virus. You're already contagious, and nobody knows, including yourself, that you even have the slightest inkling that something's even wrong with you.
Yeah.
So you're already spreading it to people, and you don't even know you're sick yet.
Now, see, that sounds terrible, but keep in mind, we're just shy of 3,000 cases in a country of 1 billion people.
That's right.
That means 999,997,000 people don't have it yet.
That's right.
That
is a very large number.
So, weeks, it's barely spread. It's
all centralized in one major town, which is called Wuhan. That's the city this is why it's become an epidemic in a sense, because it all has started from that's ground zero, that town, the town of Wuhan. That's where it started. Absolutely. And from Wuhan, it is now hit Beijing, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Guangdong. It's hit a lot of the major areas surrounding it, and this is where it can go from being a town being kind of sick for a while to all of a sudden the entire country, and then now the world's fucked.
Sure, but again, see, that's the part I take issue with, the world being fucked. In 7 days, this thing spreading so rapidly has killed a whopping 80 people.
81.
That's not even a good school shooting anymore. Come on. 81 people. How is this fucking news? The flu kills 80,000 a year.
Well, considering that this is a flu, that's just it. This virus is less lethal than not only the flu, but less lethal than SARS. And SARS barely killed out all that many people when you look at the sheer number of the population of the planet.
That's what I'm saying. This is less lethal. It's a non-fucking story.
Yeah.
I don't know why 80 people died in fucking China. How many people die in China every goddamn day from the air quality?
Oh, most of them. Not enough. You'd think they all would.
How many people were born in China in the last week? Give me that number. I guarantee it's a hell of a lot more than 80.
Yeah, I'll guarantee that.
And 3,000 cases, fine. So don't let any travelers leave China. Don't travel to China. And then again, we have a non-story. Again, this is fucking ridiculous.
By the way, it can also infect both humans and animals, and both can send it out to either species as well. So it's like, literally, if you cough on a fucking dog and the dog gets it, that dog can cough in some fucking neighbor's face. Now he gets it.
Yeah, I really don't give.
Actually, so like it's a sensitive thing in that sense. But again, you're talking about something that, for the most part, the only people that are going to die from this is if you die from anything anyway.
Yeah, but it's 80 fucking people.
Yeah.
So, and that's in a week. So in 2 weeks, maybe, and it's the elderly and the infirm that are dying. It's not your normal healthy dude. It's a fucking flu.
Yeah.
It's nothing to get 80 people. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very rare. Now, the one thing that starts that
10%, over 10% of that number died on Kobe's helicopter yesterday.
Think about that.
If 10 helicopters crashed yesterday, that's a bigger story.
Yeah.
Fuck off with the goddamn coronavirus. Come up with something better to distract us with.
Now, here's the two things I wanted to discuss about the coronavirus. That was all one big talk. That was part one. Part two, people, stop being fucking stupid. I literally listened to a call-in radio show where people were calling in asking questions about it, like, you know, and some of them were very intelligent, great questions, and putting the things that you're very saying, putting those things to test. And they answered them very honestly, saying, you're right, but it's how quickly it's spreading. This is what makes us worry. Basically, is all they said. But here's the thing. One of the guys actually posed the question, and he said, do we have to be worried? If somebody mails a letter from China, am I going to get sick from it? Because they have to lick the stamp.
Who licks a stamp anymore?
Number one, who licks a stamp? But number two, really? Do you re-lick the envelope to open it? Come on, man. You're not that fucking stupid, so please don't. The other one, and I've seen a few videos of this, just because people are fucking retarded. People, Corona beer has nothing to do with this.
That's not that can't even be.
Stop pouring out your boyfriend's beer. Come on.
Nobody actually links the coronavirus to Corona. That's just a bad Facebook joke.
I saw two separate posts. One of them I laughed my ass off because it was clearly a joke, but the other one I'm like, this chick might actually believe it, like, you know, so just had to say it. So yeah, so there's that. I have some Canadian news you might have a giggle about.
Thank God for that, because I just can't stand this. And granted, Corona tastes like Chinese piss, so I'll give them that. But
that's why you have to add a lime to it to make it taste like something.
Yeah. What else do you got?
Okay.
Everybody shut up about coronavirus. I don't want to hear about it. No emails, no nothing about coronavirus. Or I'm going to mail it to you.
In Ontario, fuck me, a teenager had called the cops because his fake ID hasn't arrived. And he bought off the internet. And now the police are warning about identity theft online. Fucking moron.
That's like, there's always one every year that calls 911 because his dealer ripped him off.
Right? You're dumb.
Well,
there we go.
It's no secret that kids aren't getting smarter every year.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
They keep flashing the stat that this generation is the first generation that's worse off than their parents were.
Yeah.
And I genuinely argue it's not the parents' fault. Other than don't give your kid a tablet instead of a bottle when he's 1.
Yeah.
But there's a general disinterest in the school system. Look at your school system in Ontario. If the teachers could stay off strike long enough for a kid to learn the fucking alphabet, maybe he'd be smart enough to not call 911 for his fake ID.
Yeah, exactly. God damn it, people.
I genuinely believe there's an intent behind this. There's got to be. Where it really is just a systematic elimination of poor people. And they're just, now they've quit educating, so your chances of wealth are basically linked to education. There's no kids calling 911 for his fake ID. He's not running a Fortune 500 anytime soon.
No, but he might be one of them cash me outside bitches when he become rich that way.
I don't understand how, as much as I like to make jokes about it, and it's the heart of our show, so whatever, but it's not funny. Like, people are so retarded now. It's frightening. And our two countries have just given up. Everyone's just thrown their hands in the air and said, fuck it. That's the general feeling. That's why we end up with a Trump and a Trudeau, and no one gives a fuck what either of them are doing anymore.
No. Impeach. That's it.
Yeah, but even that's become a joke.
Now, speaking of, there is one thing I found very humorous about the impeachment, and that's the fact that the Trump organization has not allowed, Trump himself has not allowed a group of individuals to testify.
Yeah.
He put down his fucking executive thumb on that and said, nope, they're not allowed to testify.
Right.
But the problem is that his defense team used the fact that these people won't testify as their reasoning for them not having direct links to this information.
Yes.
So they've literally said, you don't have anybody that directly links them to do it. And they're like, yeah, because you won't let us talk to them. And since they're using it as their defense of why there's no case, they've just opened up the door to them being forced to testify. So they've literally just shot themselves in the foot.
Well, that's the thing. What's
fucking stupid?
What's the thing that the Senate committee has to look at now is what's worse, not allowing the facts in the case and then not impeaching this guy, or allowing the facts in the case to show that he's guilty and then not impeaching him. Because that's ultimately what we're going to, is this guy's not getting impeached. So now you know he's a piece of shit. You know he's guilty. Do you just not impeach him? Or do you let the people testify, prove that what you know is correct, and then not impeach him? Either way, your government looks shitty.
Yeah, you look dumb. So you're basic.
So, but if they impeach him, then they lose control of the Senate. Because there's no way if he gets impeached, Republicans don't stand a chance of winning in November.
Yeah.
So what do? You vote yourself out of a job? Doubtful if you're a senator.
I don't know. I don't think they think about any of that.
There's an opportunity here to drastically change the political landscape of the U.S. forever. And these guys may lose their jobs if they do that and make the history books and actually do what needs to be done. But their lives may become very uncomfortable. So do you want to be a hero? Is there such thing as a hero anymore? These guys could be. Impeach this motherfucker and fix your goddamn country. But things should get uncomfortable because the Democrats are going to have a fucking field day.
Oh, they are.
So are you actually a patriot? Do you really give a shit about your country? Prove it and get rid of this prick and get a real president.
Yeah, like the socialist Bernie Sanders. That's great. Who turns out has 3 of his biggest people that work with him are actually communists. And they're preaching the real thing that Bernie wants. It's just insane.
Bernie Sanders doesn't want communism. Nobody wants communism in the U.S.
He wants socialism.
Yes, but when you talk socialism, you're talking NDP-style socialism, not communist-style socialism. We all want socialism. Our healthcare system is socialism.
Yeah.
Socialism is not communism, and they do a great job in the U.S. of attaching it like that and making it sound like it's Marxist. No, it's fucking everything we've got in Canada is socialist. The NDP is a socialist party. That's not a bad thing. It's just we all pitch in a little bit so poor people don't die.
Yeah.
But they've done a wonderful job of making it sound Marxist and then communist and then, this is what we fought the Russians for so many years. Fuck off. Read a book, figure it out.
The only reason I do the link between the two is because I have heard other people in Bernie's group that have all used the structure of the basic communist rule, which is everybody makes the same dollar.
Nobody that's never going to happen.
But that's why I do, again.
And they don't even want that to happen.
I don't know you can't trust any of these fucking people, so I don't know what. You can't say what they aren't going to do because you can't trust them.
I can say unequivocally they are not going communist if Bernie Sanders wins. That much I can say. I guarantee you, I swear on my dead goat's life, the U.S. is never becoming a communist country.
I don't know. I just don't trust anybody anymore for any reason.
That much I absolutely guarantee. I can guarantee, and if anyone in the U.S. wants to argue, feel free to come on the show, call us, wait for a live episode, and tell me I'm wrong. I guarantee the U.S. is never communist. I stake all the money this show has made on it.
That's a bold statement.
It's huge for us. I know.
Huge.
Bernie Sanders isn't going to live till the election.
No, exactly. We'll croak any day now. Everything happens in threes. He'll be number 2. I'm not sure which one to go with. Let's just do it this one. A Michigan priest has been accused. Oh no, what do you think? He's been accused of wrapping a teenager in bubble wrap and stuffing him in a closet for over an hour. He was in there because the priest's job, he's supposed to be counseling the boy, and this was one of his counseling methods.
Yeah.
So what's strange is the boy was never naked. He never touched him inappropriately. He never did anything inappropriate with him.
Oh no, he wrapped him up in cellophane to save him for later.
Yeah, he's just making sure he stays fresh. The Attorney General's office has labeled him as this being sexually motivated. But obviously they're saying this argument is like, no, there's no truth to that. There's no evidence about that.
There doesn't have to be. The precedent has been set.
You're keeping them fresh for later. We all know.
If you want to get all scientific about it, it's David Hume's theory of deductive reasoning.
Yes.
You look at the history of results in this scenario, and you say, yes, I use deductive reasoning to conclude that is absolutely what you're going to do.
It's what's great.
Jesus Christ. Of course it is. And I don't care. It's not news anymore. Don't leave your kids alone with a Catholic. That's it.
That's it.
It's fuck.
He's been placed on the public registry for 15 years because of this, because they said that it's sexually motivated. Now, quote, there's a big dispute about this, the defense lawyer said. There is no evidence about it. I object to I'm not going to use his name, Father Dindal Daw, to being placed on the registry. Although under the statute, it's required regardless of whether criminal sexual contact was alleged. You see, he did something fucked up to a child. You're automatically put on the offenders list because you did something fucked up to a kid. So whether they're sexually motivated or not doesn't matter. But he's like, I don't think he should be on that list, even though under the statute he has to be on the list because it's that.
I don't even know what to say to that. But guess what? It was something sexual. Doesn't matter anymore. It's the same argument. Those Muslims that keep attacking everybody, they're not real Muslims. Well, guess what? Yeah, they are, because they fucking say they are.
That's right.
And the distinction doesn't matter anymore. Are there good Catholics out there? Probably. Numbers game, it doesn't fucking matter anymore. The whole religion looks bad. and that's it. And don't leave your kids with them. And no more sympathy from Eric anymore. You should know better. If there's a Catholic priest sniffing around, kick him in the balls, get your kid out of there. I can't. There's only so many hundreds of years you can keep hearing the same story before you go, okay, well, I don't like to ever blame the victim, but come on.
Yeah.
If you constantly go back to rape Eric Lane and I get raped every time I go there, then the 10th time I go there, I don't expect you to feel sympathy for me anymore.
Exactly.
I can't keep doing the same goddamn story over and over and over. Burn that fucking church down. Let's just attack Italy and get rid of that goddamn church.
Get rid of that. Now, speaking of getting rid of, Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
There we go.
Got shit canned.
Not only, but the U.S. prosecutor has actually called him out, stating to date Prince Andrew has provided zero cooperation whatsoever into the Jeffrey Epstein probe.
Even though he said he would, and that's why he hasn't been convicted of anything, charged of anything, I guess, because he said he was supposed to cooperate.
Yep. You've got some bunch of women that are coming forward that have all, like, one of the victims who has come forward saying, "Fuck you, you did this shit to me, you're a sick bastard." I can't believe the news is still saying Epstein killed himself in his jail cell. I still can't believe they're actually stating this. It's just insane.
Well, that's still the official story, so I guess certain news outlets have an obligation to go with that.
Yeah. Guess. This is the Associated Press, though. I would a little more higher. Yeah, I mean, at this stage, I would literally just say Epstein's death in a jail cell and just leave it as that. Just avoid the whole everything else, But yeah, so
at this point, I don't think you could really link the story to Epstein anymore. He's such a small part of the story.
Yeah,
and he arranged this stuff, but he's been already charged in the 90s for this stuff. He was let out to basically set these people up.
Yeah.
He was given 2 different chances, and so he's really not the story anymore. And it's great that they keep throwing back to him to try to deflect off of the people who need to be charged now.
Yeah.
As Prince Andrew is trying to do, but it's the story's not about Epstein anymore.
No. I have no idea who the fuck is talking. I don't even care about that anymore. But whoever it is, Berman, whoever this guy is, he's the guy who's been talking about all this. It said he wouldn't discuss the Epstein investigation in detail, but reiterated that the case didn't end with his death. Quote, Jeffrey Epstein couldn't have done what he did without the assistance of others, and I can assure you that the investigation is moving forward.
Good. Keep it moving forward. I like the Queen Elizabeth shit canned Andrew anyway.
Yeah.
And I hope he spills his guts. I really do. Because the more people that just like take it and don't say anything, it's going to happen again. It's going to keep happening. These guys aren't just going to. You're naive to think this begins and ends with Epstein. Epstein's not the only one with a plane going to Camp Ramakid. There's probably a whole bunch of fucking planes. There's already a new guy. These guys haven't stopped. It's not like they go, oh, well, they got Epstein. I guess we all better just quit being pedophiles and go back to work now.
Let all the girls go. No.
There's a new guy already flying them and doing this shit all over again. Get your heads out of your ass and fucking solve the problem. It doesn't stop with Epstein. Pedophilia just doesn't end because you caught one dude.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. No.
So let's get off Epstein. Epstein is the coronavirus of this case.
there's something bigger going on, and it doesn't end with Epstein. Plain and simple.
I don't want to have to be the one to point out that there's something bigger behind all this shit. I shouldn't have to at this point. This show wasn't supposed to turn into a conspiracy show, but figure it the fuck out. Go solve the problem.
Yeah.
Epstein wasn't the problem. And in the wake of Huawei, chief financial officer getting exonerated, and Canada really considering letting Huawei deal with the 5G thing, all of a sudden we got to quarantine China, and everyone from China is bad because they got the fucking sniffles.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we couldn't convict the bitch. We can't get the company shut down. Everything's going to keep going. Oh, no, China's bad. They're all going to kill us with a virus that's literally killed less people than fucking vending machines. And bees. And whatever the fuck else we talked about that day. Wine corks.
There's a lot.
There's literally 10 household things that have killed more people than the coronavirus every year. Go listen to that episode. I forget what it's called, but we cleared this up a month before it fucking happened. Gordon and I solved this one.
Yeah, it literally did not take all that long. So, smart the fuck up.
Oh, it's the tree one. It's right. It's the falling tree one, because it was the falling tree kills 100 people a year. That's what it was. Go back and listen to If a Tree Falls in the Forest and Only Idiots Are Around to Hear It. And
I still can't believe that guy died from that.
That everything we talk about on that episode, we can reapply to the fucking coronavirus, because we point out the top 100 things that have killed more than 100 people a year.
It's just funny.
God damn it! I get that mainstream media is all in the pocketbooks of a handful of people. We talk about that all the time. In Canada, it's 2 people. But the general populace can't be stupid enough to not see past what's going on. It becomes it's routine now.
Yeah.
That, whenever a president's in trouble, Iraq gets fucking bombed.
Yeah. It's every time.
We're calling now. There's this. We got to quarantine everyone from China. We can't let anyone from China into the country. Really, in the middle of the year-long fucking trade war with China, and you can't get the head of the company convicted. All of a sudden, everyone from China is bad, and we're just supposed to bite that. Oh God, they're right. We've got to not like Chinese people now.
All I gotta say is that if there's any truth to this, do you know how many people would be infected in Vancouver right now?
Yeah. You think there's not Chinese travelers coming back and forth from Vancouver every goddamn day?
Come on.
Or mailing stuff.
I was on a plane from Ontario to fucking Vancouver, and half the fucking people on the fucking flight were Chinese. I can say that for a fact because the people I got sitting beside were so Chinese they actually didn't even speak English. I had to be the interpreter for the stewardess.
I'll give you
orange juice.
If I start seeing a lot of crossover between fentanyl use and coronavirus, then I'll be like, all right, it's coming for China. We got to deal with it. Once fentanyl users start dropping from coronavirus, I'll get scared.
Yeah, exactly. Because we all know it's not going to happen.
This is just blowing my mind. And I don't know. China doesn't really do a lot of PR for China because they don't give a fuck. But you think some Chinese official would get on the news and go, look, it's only 80 fucking people. That's it. I don't know how much juice I have on my computer, but what Gordon tells us about his next story, I'm going to look some shit up about China.
Alabama yesterday.
Fuck them.
In Scottsboro, Alabama, there was a massive fire that killed at least 8 people and destroyed dozens of boats at a marina basically there's like houseboats and that like a trailer park sort of thing, and fire started somehow at one of them, and it very quickly spread across, and people were moving from boat to boat because the docks had caught fire, so they had no way of getting off the dock and running to the ground. What happened?
No, I'm just. Aren't the boats on the water?
Well, that's the thing. So not everybody died because of the smoke. A lot of people died because they jumped in the water and died of hypothermia. So that happened.
How? Didn't the water put the fire out?
Not until the fire reached the water. It was burning on top of the water. The water doesn't jump out of itself to put stuff out.
Well,
it happened really fast.
Get to shore.
The picture is incredible. There's one shot of everything lit up. And it's literally I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm counting 18 boats on fire. It's just a line of them. Every one of them just lit up. They're all on fire from the first one to the last one. It's just a wall of fucking flames. Docks and all. So yeah, if you're on one of the far docks, you're kind of fucked. But it's the hypothermia thing. I'm not quite understanding because you're not that far from anything. So I don't understand how you could. There's no ice on the water, so I'm not understanding how people died.
Well, hypothermia can get you really fast.
Yeah, but there's no. I don't see it being cold because nowhere in this picture am I seeing anything that looks like it's remotely cold. Well, and they're not mentioning anything about it being like I said, the cold water, but it's not saying it's not frigid. It's not freezing waters.
Well, if you can get hypothermia at like +7.
Is it really?
I'm pretty sure it's a lot higher than you would think it would be, but
hang
on. I don't understand how. I don't know. It's Alabama. What do you expect?
Yeah, exactly. It said the whole thing. So within 15 to 20 minutes, the entire dock was in flames. All the boats have propane tanks and gas tanks, so each one of those lit up too. So it's just a big fucking mess. So Alabama.
Yeah. Hypothermia can set in anytime your body temperature drops below 35 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. So in other words, if you have to jump in cold water, move your body. Don't overextend yourself. You don't want to exhaust yourself, but keep yourself moving.
If you see fire on the water and boats are blowing up around you, get to shore.
Get to the nearest dock that's not on fire.
Row, motherfucker.
Climb up to a boat that's not burning.
I don't know. That just if you're on a boat and it's burning, like start throwing buckets of water on something. It can't be that fucking hard to figure out. Screw you. Good.
Good. Now Florida. Yeah, Florida, man. So this dude, he actually went viral last year on a video where he got into a street brawl with another man while dressed as the Easter Bunny. Don't know if you saw this video. It's pretty humorous. Guy's in a full-on bunny costume and starts beating the shit out of another guy in full costume. Like, stuff your body in a costume, not just like face painting and a head thing. It's like an entire fucking costume. It's amazing. Well, turns out he's back in the news again. This time it was to avoid an attempted hit and run arrest. He drove his motorcycle through a stop sign and crashed into a carport, which collapsed and damaged a car before he fled the scene. When the deputies responded, the neighbor said that they spotted the guy limping across the yard. This is genius. Deputies went to his home and saw a car leaving the driveway, so they discovered him wearing the bunny costume again in the back seat. And he said that I wasn't in any crash. I'm the Orlando Easter Bunny. Google it, is what he kept telling them. He's booked in jail and charged with leaving the scene of a crash.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
Good. I just want to go back to this because I'm not going to get over this until it's done with. 2018 statistic. 19,424 people die every day in China. 19,000 people a day die in China. So what the fuck are we talking about 80 people for? $19,000 every day. 80 have died in a week from this fucking thing. That doesn't even scratch how many are going to die today.
Yeah. That's less than the hourly rate of how many people die in every hour.
Yes, exactly. So, I'm sorry. Is this a non-story? Abso-fucking-lutely. The death toll rises to a whole fucking 80. Well, guess what? 19,000 more are going to die of something else in a day. And again tomorrow. And the day after that. So how is this a thing?
You know, like I said, we've both been saying this from day one. It's, again, as soon as they said that it's not as bad as SARS, it's not as deadly as SARS. Like, well, SARS was fairly deadly.
670,000 smog-related deaths a year in China. 670,000. And we're talking about 80. We're not talking about the smog.
No, can't talk about that. Can't talk about China and the smog. No.
Worldwide. Worldwide, these deaths aren't going to come even close to what smog kills every year. Just in China. So I'm calling bullshit on the fact that this is a story at all.
No, there's definitely something else with this.
333 deaths from coal mine failures every year. That's 4 times the amount, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
I could keep going.
Didn't 100 and something die in a coal mine accident in one accident?
Oh, definitely. But the average is 333 a year.
Jesus.
4,172 non-accidental deaths due to long-term exposure to lead.
Wow.
So, really, why are we talking about this at all? Sorry, kids, but I can't be the only one.
No, can't. It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, here we are.
All right. So, moving on. We got to find. I'm putting it to bed for coronavirus until the headline comes out. Eric Norber, right? This is fucking nothing.
Or until it comes up and says Gord died from it, then we'll know it's serious.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Neither do I.
I don't understand why people are falling for this crap. It's starting to hurt my brain. It's making me think that more people in the world need to listen to Eric and Gord. That's all there is to it.
Fully agree, my friend.
And figure shit out for yourselves. God damn it. 19,000 people a day. I gotta tell my mother that. She won't believe me. I don't care. I'm telling her anyway. Because my mom's figured out the Google thing. It's every time I tell her something, she runs and Googles it. And then she gets mad and doesn't talk to me.
That's a personal joy, by the way, when that happens.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
But she's like, that's not true, and I don't believe it. And then she's going on. She thinks I don't know.
Yeah.
And then she's Googling. Then she won't talk to me for an hour. Yeah, what'd you Google there, Mom? Nothing.
Recipe. Shut up.
A recipe. Right.
A recipe for being wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I think really we're going to have to start scouring some more interesting stuff for the rest of the week because I
got to share.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going. Cheer me up before we hang up here because it's got to be something.
Monte, New York. That doesn't ring a bell. December 28th last year in Monte, which is an Orthodox Jew community north of New York City. This is where a dude with a machete had attacked a Hanukkah party.
Right.
That wounded 5 Hasidic Jews.
I remember the incident. I don't remember the name of the community, but I remember the incident.
One of the victims still remains in coma with a fractured skull and other injuries. The guy who was caught, I'm not going to say his name, so I'm not going to glorify this piece of shit, but he had anti-Semitic writings in his journals. He had articles on Jews and Nazis on his cell phone. He had propaganda shit in his fucking house. Well, he has now been found incompetent to stand trial for hate crimes. His mother said that he suffers from mental illness and was not responsible for his actions. Even though he has absolutely no history of violent acts or any anti-Semitism before, he has no history of any violence. So that's what they're saying, is that's the reason why. See, clearly he's just crazy. So, yeah, giant, very, very intimidating, large black man. Man, he looks, fuck, I would not want to step in the ring with this motherfucker. He looks scary. This is the arrest picture I'm looking at when they actually arrested him. Man, the glare he's given.
I've been saying for a little while now that the judicial system needs a huge overhaul, but this not criminally responsible thing is getting pulled out way too often.
Yep. Agreed.
The bar, we've lowered the bar so drastically for what you can be not criminally like. Come on.
Yeah.
It's again.
You can claim temporary insanity for every crime. I lost my shit and I killed the guy. Fuck it. You know, I caught a guy in bed with my wife. I didn't mean to tear his throat out with my bare hands, but I kind of lost my shit.
Even for that, you'd get a manslaughter charge.
Yeah.
The dude's got a bunch of Nazi propaganda in his room, then that, to me, constitutes violence. That's violent.
That constitutes
having that stuff.
Yeah, there's your premeditation.
It's like the dude in Nova Scotia, and he didn't mean to kill his wife after he found out about the massive life insurance on her. Yes, he did. They all do. The fucking Vince Lee, not criminally, he was eating the guy's eyeball and laughing.
Yeah, that.
And I still maintain, fine, if you're not criminally responsible, that means you're no longer human. If you can't distinguish right from wrong, you're no longer human, therefore human rights don't apply to you. Eliminate them like animals and get rid of them. Why are we cuddling these people?
You don't, yeah. Why did they, yeah, you don't deserve a second chance. You're not human. You're no.
And that's the thing. If everyone wants to keep going for a not criminally responsible defense, well, then fine. Then you're automatically just put to death.
Yeah.
You no longer contribute to society.
You're done, you're gone, you're out. Fuck you. Here's the interesting one. Woodland, California. California father about to be freed from prison has been taken into custody in connection with the decades-old killings of 5 of his infant children. The guy is a convicted sex offender with a 20-year criminal history, was charged in the death of the children born between 1992 and 2001 on the same day he was supposed to be released from the state prison. Now, here's the interesting thing.
Nothing. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, because the county that the sheriff is that's speaking about the case is YOLO.
Oh, of course it is.
You only live once. County Sheriff Tom Lopez says the case reflects an unspeakable evil through a motive that cannot be determined. Well, there it is. So yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I don't want to get into the rest of it. So it all started with a badly decomposed remains of a 3-month-old baby boy that was wrapped in a Winnie the Pooh blanket and then layers of plastic and placed inside a metal cooler, weighed down with metal objects before being submerged in an irrigation slough. Wow.
Yeah. That's some dedication. That's some not wanting to get caught right there.
That's what that is. That's you meant the shit out of that. You don't call temporary insanity for that one. That's for damn sure.
Right.
So that guy's probably never going to see the light of day again.
I certainly hope not.
Yeah, because
I think I'm just going to put my foot down for the rest of the week and say I'm not talking about America for the rest of the week. It's all so stupid.
yeah,
I need a break from ridiculous American stories. That if you're, it's not news that your kids are getting shot anymore. Stop rallying for guns.
like what we didn't get to yesterday.
There was
the Bloomington, Indiana one.
Yeah, I know, and it doesn't even make the news anymore, and it shouldn't.
It's so far down the list on the news.
Why are we making a fucking thing about coronavirus? You had 252 fucking mass shootings in your country last year.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Solve a problem. I don't understand how, at this point, if you live there and you keep voting for these people, it's your fault. Stop sending your kids to Catholic camp and wondering why they come back all fucked up. And don't have guns laying around on the coffee table when they come home.
Or, like when you're like wrestling with your child, don't have your gun on you. Simple little things.
And
people are fucking stupid.
Parents have to stop defending. I know you want to defend your kids, but the guy's got Nazi shit all over his room and he goes and hacks up a bunch of Jews. Chances are the things are linked.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to call Quincy to fucking figure it out.
No. If your child is guilty of doing something, you don't just say, but he was such a... No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Guess what? You're wrong. And you're a mom. You have to say that.
Yeah.
Every mom except mine would do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, nah, he's mine. Lock his ass up.
I don't know. My mom would be like, he was a nice guy. He was a nice boy. But you know what?
Yeah, right?
I guess. New Orleans, a military veteran in 2008 was sent to prison for life for selling less than 1 gram of weed to an undercover officer.
Yeah.
And they're saying that he should be allowed to pursue an appeal of the harsh sentence, and they're trying to allow him to get out on a...
It's still illegal.
Yeah.
In your state, it's I think 12 states it's still illegal in. Federally, it's still illegal.
But here's what makes no sense. Less than a gram, and they're saying it was $30 worth of marijuana.
Maybe it's hard to get there.
Nobody spends $30 on less than... That's $30 for a fucking joint.
I don't know what the prices are.
That's
there.
insane.
I don't know.
$30?
I can't speak to what the prices are in that particular state, and frankly, I don't know what the prices are in that state. I can't say, and I don't care. It's a non-story. You broke the law, you went to jail. Big fucking deal. The law is the law. Get the law changed, and then you won't go to jail for it. Every other state's changed it. If you don't like it, figure it out in your state.
Yeah.
But
with the fact that all the other states are lifting the laws, do you think he has the right to turn around and say, look, why am I spending the rest of my life in jail for something that everybody else gets to do that everybody else gets to do legally now?
Absolutely. But you still don't get to just break the law. If you have a problem with the law, there's ways to get them changed. Stage of protest. That's what we did. That's how we got marijuana legalized. We protested for years.
Yeah. You didn't sell weed to a cop.
You sold weed to a cop in a place where it's illegal.
Yeah. And apparently very illegal.
And that sucks. Should it be? No. But it is. That's the law. Follow the law and this shit doesn't happen to you. If you disagree with the law, there's legal routes to change it. But I have no sympathy for the criminal going, oh, well, the law is unfair. Sure. Lots of them are. Go become a lawyer.
Yeah. Stop selling weed to cops. Pretty simple.
My sympathy is completely run out for morons.
Yeah. I cannot argue that. The Grammy Awards were the other day.
They were. My girl cleaned house, so I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention. The Grammys are all about album sales anyway. Fucking Michelle Obama got a Grammy for her audio book.
Billie English beat records all over the place by she got the for best record, best song and album of the year, and best new artist.
Second person ever to get all of those.
18 years old.
Yeah.
She's the youngest person to win one of Grammys, or to win all of those awards.
That shocks me because I would have guessed like Michael Jackson or something, and I can't even take credit for that. But I would have guessed it if I thought about it, but I didn't.
Now, P. Diddy apparently has been calling out the organization for not giving enough respect to R&B and hip hop, saying that basically, like the example given is this fucking dude, Lil Nas X, I think it is, who has that Old Town Road, that country sort of rap song, saying that that's not being listed as a country song, it's still being listed as an urban or rap song. And I'm sorry, he raps in the song.
Does it matter what category you don't win in?
Yeah, that's just it. Like, I don't...
If P. Diddy does this every fucking year. He ripped the one out of Taylor Swift's hand and said it should have went to Beyonce. And he just does this because nobody gives a fuck about P. Diddy anymore. Once a year he gets to matter because he comes and fucks up the Grammys.
That was Kanye. That was not P. Diddy. That
Whatever.
Was Kanye.
They're all the same.
Racist.
Was it Kanye? I thought it was P. Diddy.
No, that was Kanye.
Sorry, I can't keep track of people who haven't mattered in 19 years.
No, Kanye's never done, or P. Diddy's never done anything disrespectful in that sense, where he just walked up and said, "Give it to my girlfriend."
I didn't even know he was still alive.
I knew he was alive. I just didn't. But the reason he didn't say this is because he was actually being awarded with a form of a lifetime achievement thing for all the stuff he's done for the recording industry and the albums and the people he's the stuff that he's done for the Recording Academy and everything else. He's released a lot of major bands or in artists and yada yada yada. He's always been a producer and all this other shit. So he won. Tyler the Creator, Lizzo. I
don't even know what a Lizzo is, and I don't care. It's in that category of people like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but Lizzo won a bunch, and that's, like I said, this is the weird thing. I've just never heard of Lizzo. She took home 3 Grammys, including Best Pop Solo and 2 R&B awards. And of course, every single one of these people that are mentioned, they all link every one of them to Kobe Bryant's death.
Of course.
She also seemed noticeably affected by Bryant's death. Same with Common. And same with Alicia Keys.
Yeah, Alicia Keys did a big tribute to him. Everyone did a tribute to him, and they have to. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's celebrity bullshit. These are the same people that were calling him out for being a rapist. Yeah. Now they're all crying because he's dead. I don't care. Whatever. Why do you matter? Why does fucking Lizzo matter?
You'll love this.
I don't like that
word. It's just a politically correct way to say the N-word to me. Fuck you. That's a P. Diddy quote. Fuck you.
he's kind of not wrong, but you created it yourself, especially in the rap world. You base your persona on being a bad boy for life.
Yeah.
And you're promoting gang colors and criminal activity, and then you go, oh, I don't want to be associated with that stuff. Stop fucking singing about it then. Stop basing your whole career on it.
Well,
everyone did it for years. They all went on that P. Diddy fucking coattails of, or not P. Diddy, the other fucking idiot, 50 Cent, because he was actually a crack dealer. And that became cool. And then everyone started riding on this. And now it's, oh, we don't want to be associated with the urban. It's just another way of saying nigger. Well, you did it. We didn't make that persona. You did.
That's right. You guys say it on your records. We don't say it on ours. We're not allowed.
We don't sing about black culture.
No.
You're never going to get that from a band. And no other band is singing about how urban the black people are and how we're trying to keep them down. There's no band that does that.
No, there really isn't. But there's a lot of black ones that do.
You can't bring it on yourself and then hate the world for it.
Yeah.
It's different, but it's very similar to these people that want to not stand out. Because now they're saying, distinguish us, identify us as a group. And as soon as we do, they're going to go, oh, I don't want to pigeonhole this that thing.
Yeah.
Well, stop it. Stop doing it. And yes, I'm talking about the people who haven't figured out the liars. You're liars. The 85, or I guess it would be the 83 liars. The 83 groups of liars.
Yeah.
There's 85 genders, male, female, and 83 fucking liars.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Anything else news I don't even want to talk about. I'm sick of the fucking the couple that, what's his name, Harry and Meghan. I'm sick of it. I don't care. Why is Canada having to pay for their security? I don't understand. They're internationally protected citizens. Any country they go to is responsible for their security. It's not just a Canadian thing. He has denounced his royal heritage. It doesn't matter. It's got nothing to do with his royal heritage. They're listed as internationally protected citizens. It doesn't matter what country they go to. That country is responsible for their security. It's not a Canadian thing. If you don't like it, kick them out of the country. No, it isn't. That's because of their royal heritage. That's why they have that. When you denounce that royal heritage and you denounce that, it doesn't work that way. It has to. He's still of royal blood. It doesn't work that way. All he's doing is denouncing his money and stuff. He's still the fucking prince. You can't take that away. It's your birthright. He can denounce it all he wants, but it's his bloodline. If everyone fucking dies, he still becomes the king, whether he denounces it or not. So the rest of the world can say what they want. He's an internationally protected citizen. It doesn't matter what country he goes to, that country is responsible for his safety. If we don't like it, we have to deport him. He can't be forced to be king, can he? Well, yeah, he has to. You can't force him to do anything. He can still walk and say, fuck it, I'm not doing it. You can't, though. You have to. It's your birthright. Whether he likes it or not, he's still, well, he's not, but the chances of him becoming king are slim to none, because it goes to his nephew. It goes to his brother, then to his nephew, and then to his nephew's kids before it ever goes to him. But if they all got killed in a weird, if the coronavirus wipes them all out, or a weird photography accident like happened in King Ralph. Great John Goodman movie. Yes. Forever. Technically, they could force him. And then as king, I don't know how a sitting king, if he abdicates the throne, who it goes to, but it's weird. It's never happened. No.
But the royal family isn't. You can't just say, oh, I'm not royalty anymore, and then you're just not. It doesn't work that way. Even Sarah Ferguson was still the fucking Duchess, and is still today a Duchess.
Would that work?
What about what?
Did you do the what's it called, emancipation?
You can't emancipate yourself from your blood, though. Emancipation, you separate from your parents, so they're no longer your parents, but you don't separate from your identity as a human being. I don't think you can't dissolve a royal family. They're always going to be royal. All he could do is go into hiding, which would have been the smart fucking thing to do anyway. Which is, I guarantee, this is just another distraction story. Because if you really wanted to get out of the public spotlight and not have any royal affiliation, then just shut up, dye your hair, and go into hiding.
It's true.
This is Kurt Cobain, I don't want to be famous syndrome.
Yeah.
Then stay in your fucking garage. Don't do the concerts. You didn't have to be famous. Harry wants to step out of the spotlight for a while. Well, you've been more in the spotlight than you've ever been in your fucking life for a month. So how'd that work out for you, dipshit?
Right.
And everyone worried about who's going to cover the cost. The dude's got $45 million in the bank. So, I don't want my grandma's money. Well, guess what? We're not, you're not standing in the soup line with me next week with $45 million.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And I guarantee within 2 years, his wife has a reality show. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah. You think 2 years? Yeah. I'll give her 3.
She misses her acting career. Now now every producer in the world is banging on her door right now. Guaranteed. No one gave a fuck about her when she was on that bullshit, whatever, Mad Men or the one she was on.
Whatever that, I don't know what that fucking show was. Yeah.
Now people give a shit again. But what is the RCMP doing that they can't check on these guys once in a while, make sure they're not dead? Like, can you take a break from beating natives to go check on the prince every now and then? Is that really going to cost a tremendous amount of money to the taxpayer if you fucking put down the taser and go make sure Harry's alive? I don't see what is the big cost? Number one, they're in Canada. No one gives a fuck that they're here. No one's out to hurt them. What are you protecting them from? They might accidentally get offered Girl Scout cookies.
They are addicted.
What is the tremendous amount of protection these people need? She was just on the downtown east side hanging out a block from where I used to podcast from. She went and said hi to all the women at the women's center. If you can navigate East Hastings and be fine, you don't need a great security detail.
Yeah. No, that's true. Oh, fuck.
I don't get what people are all like Canadians are. Well, I don't want to pay to protect them. What the fuck are you talking about? These are the same people that donated $16 million to a bunch of rich people. Same ones whining. Fucking figure it out. I'm done. I gotta go. I'm mad now. It's a good line. It's an hour and a half, believe it or not. It goes quick when I'm angry.
So 2.5 when we got the other listing.
I will edit. I will do a condensed version. I will attach yesterday's episode, and you guys can all hear that. And I will repost the Facebook post, and I'll put something on our website that nobody goes to. And we'll just kind of write it off as a terrible thing that shouldn't have happened. It's not my place to say. But I'm going to make kind of an executive decision that I want to get off America for the rest of the week before I go there and hope one of them fucking shoots me.
I have the list of the top 20 most highly educated countries in the world.
I bet you do. Let's save that for tomorrow, because that's a good thing to start on tomorrow.
It is a good thing, but it's taking me it's one of these stupid click ones where you got to go through each. It has here's the number, here's the country, and then you click next, and then here's a write up about it with the same picture that they just used, and then you click next, and there's another write up about it with the same picture. You got to keep going through. I've been doing this for 10 minutes. I'm still only on number 9.
Yeah.
That's a little frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna condense this one down, and I'll give you a fucking running list.
Yeah, I'd be interested to guess what they are.
You want to give me what you think the number 1 is? Just guess it now, then I'll give you the reveal tomorrow.
It's probably fucking Sweden or something. Somewhere. Iceland.
Iceland? Okay. I don't know. I'm on number 6.
Well, then we have a good lead in for something exciting to talk about tomorrow night. That's going to be interesting and not just piss me off. We will try to do something to get the show back on track tomorrow, I swear, and I'll start being funny about something. Just I can't be funny about America anymore.
Well, I can tell you this, Eric. I found a bunch of the stuff you said today very fucking humorous.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope everyone else did too. Ultimately, that's what I want, and I'll give a big speech tomorrow night about it, and hopefully we can get some listeners back and go listen on Spreaker, because we could really use the stats bumped up on there.
Absolutely.
So that was a lot of fun. Thank you very much. I know it. I only sound angry because I am. But we will be back. I hope tomorrow evening we're doing this.
As far as I know.
Fantastic. So in roughly 23 hours, we'll be back to do this again. Until then, everyone take care of each other.
Die a horrible death to people who suck.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Good night.
Perfect.
Looks like it recorded okay, so I'll listen to it on the way home, and I'll post it when I get there.
Perfect. What's his name from the podcast? You mentioned the UK US one?
Yep.
One of the two guys had posted something saying that he was bored at work. He needs somebody to amuse him with something. So I sent him a joke. And the joke is just quite simply, so I favored the gypsy woman who was on her period yesterday. All I got was my palm read for nothing.
Oh, God.
So I said, that's all I texted him. I didn't know setup. I just texted him that. And he messages back. He's like, oh, my God. He goes, that is so fucking random.
That is.
There you go.
I think that might be my Twitter bio from now on.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to tell you the answer, but you're going to be stunned who number 1 is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't agree with it.
I'll try to figure it out.
I don't agree with it. I say there's no way this is true.
I'm not gonna cheat. I won't look it up, but I'll try to figure it out.
The most highly educated countries in the world. I will number 1 here. There's no fucking way in hell this is true.
I'll try to figure it out, and I won't cheat, and I'll give another guess when we talk about it tomorrow.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. My friend.
That was awesome, buddy. Have a good night. Sorry to cut it short since I'm sitting at a friend's house, and they very nicely, politely didn't talk for an hour and a half.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate them doing this for us. That was very nice of them.
It's just because we're on the speaker phone, or we're on the phone, we don't have the whole setup, so yeah. They didn't get to hear you. But I think they got the gist.
I think so.
Cool, buddy.
Awesome. All right. I will send you a message at some point tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, we'll go from there.
Sounds good, man.
All right, but
Have a good
I am going to go pee and I'm going to fucking bed.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm going to have a pee and go to bed.
Sounds good. You know what? I'm not far behind you.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
Have a good night.